the Americans with Disabilities Act, I have been able to fully participate in society. I had an injury when I was very young. I was a competitive swimmer, and like most young athletes, I dreamed of reaching the pinnacle of my sport someday, which for me was to compete in the Olympics. But one day I went to swim practice when I was 14 years old, and I had a diving accident. And in a split second, my entire life changed. I went from being an active and athletic teenager to a quadriplegic with a spinal cord injury. My accident happened in 1983, so it was 7 years prior to the signing of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And, I was a young person who had my entire life and my future ahead of me, and I had a lot of fears and anxiety because I didn't know what that future was going to look like. Would I be able to pursue a higher education? Would I be able to get a job? Would someone even hire me? Would I be able to live independently or to travel? So with the signing of the Americans with Disabilities Act, it alleviated some of those fears and anxiety because it offered me basic human rights to be able to fully participate in society. So thanks to the Americans with Disabilities Act, I was able to pursue a higher education and get a college degree. I have meaningful employment. I'm able to go to a store, into a movie theater, into a restaurant. I'm able to travel, and I was even able to get back into swimming and not compete as an Olympian, but as a Paralympian. So, I've had the very good fortune of being able to travel all over the world, 26 countries and counting. And when I go to these other countries, certain countries, I can go a week or 10 days without seeing anybody else in the community out with a disability. And it just makes me so appreciative that I live in the United States, where there's landmark piece of legislation that allows me to live my life fully, because in these other countries, these people don't have access to be able to leave their homes. They don't have access to public transportation. And in some cases, they don't even have access to basic medical necessities like a wheelchair. So I am always so grateful when I travel. And, it really is a stark contrast to what we have here in the United States compared to other civilizations in other countries. Now, that doesn't mean that I still don't encounter societal or environmental barriers. I do. Our world is not perfect, but the Americans with Disabilities Act has really allowed me to be able to thrive. And that's really because of the efforts of, the grassroots disability rights community who pushed hard for the ADA and all of the things that it has provided us. So, I think that it's so important that when we do encounter these barriers or discrimination, that we speak up, that we advocate and we educate, because we have a responsibility. We have the life that we have now because of those civil rights activists. So we have the responsibility now to make our world even better for the generation behind us.